This is Orion from beautiful Merrimack, Massachusetts. When I'm not looking for a Choi letterbox, I'm listening to a Choi podcast.
You slip your headphones on. I'll be your radio. And if you turn me on.
Hi, this is Choi, and welcome to Letterpod episode number 3. Later in this podcast, Diana of Dale End Farm brings us clues to Slow Mouse and Big Kahuna, a tribute to Old Hounder and Siamese. First, Orion will tell us how not to be clueless, and I'll have an interview with Kreepy Kelli.
Hi, this is Orion from Merrimack, Massachusetts. Today, I'd like to talk about deciphering clues, or how not to be clueless. Once you've decided on your trail name, bought or carved your signature stamp, and purchased your logbook, you're ready to start letterboxing. The most important tool in your search will be the set of clues. The easiest way to find clues is either on letterboxing.org or atlasquest.com. Determine what town or area you'll be searching in and print out a set of clues for each box. On Atlas Quest, there's a feature that will allow you to download clues to a PDA device as well. Aim for letterboxes that appeal to you and match your skill level. Letterbox searches can take anywhere from a couple of minutes to a couple of hours, so be aware from the start what kind of hike you're going on and be prepared. Some clues are very straightforward and others can be quite cryptic. As a matter of fact, there's a whole category of letterboxes classified as mysteries and are just that, mysteries. They'll take a bit of time and effort to solve the clues, but are very satisfying when found. For your first efforts, traditional boxes are the way to go. Read through the entire set of clues before starting your hike. Now that you have a feel for the clue writer's style, you'll begin that hike. A typical clue may say, walk 12 steps to the tree stump and find the large boulder next to it. A step is generally agreed to be when one foot is brought forward from the other and touches the ground again. When a clue refers to a pace, that's when one foot has completed a step and then the other has done likewise. In other words, 2 steps equal a pace and is roughly around 5 feet. Be warned, some clues get paces and steps mixed up, so you may need to try both. This whole method of counting varies from person to person, so be flexible. Usually, there will be additional landmarks mentioned, so look for them as well. Another device that may be used in the clues is a compass. For the most part, letterboxers are referring to magnetic north, so you won't be calculating true north. Just go by north as seen on your compass unless otherwise noted. Other components to the clues may include imagery. A clue might say, look for the rock shaped like a hippo. For this you'll need your imagination and patience. Often the hippo rock is quite obvious, but other times there may be several rocks matching that description. In this case, apply the clues following that landmark and see if they make sense. Eventually something should work. Now, in the event that your clues do not lead you to the letterbox, don't despair. Some folks have been known to go after elusive boxes many times. When you return home, you may want to contact the placer to ask a question. Remember, a placer can't tell you where a box is. Don't take your frustrations out on a placer, either through an email or on the internet. The letterboxer has created this box as a gift to you. Flame wars have been known to happen when some boxers have not been able to find a particular box. This is when a heated exchange occurs between the two parties due to frustration on both sides. The hardest part of electronic communication is not being face-to-face. So please, reread your message before sending it. Imagine you're receiving this message instead of sending it. Is this the way you'd like to be approached? All in all, the old adage, you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar, really is true. So, a successful end to a letterbox hunt lies solely on the clues. Do any homework before you set out if the clues require it. You may need to use the internet to solve some portion of the clues. Google, as well as many other search engines, are wonderful resources. When listing your find on one of the Letterbox websites, you may notice a category called Attempted. Attempted refers to the fact that you printed out the clues and actually tried to find the box. Not understanding the clues wouldn't qualify for an attempt. Most boxers will not list an attempt until they contact the placer with questions and try again. A lot of boxers don't list an attempt at all, as it may cause other boxers to think a box has gone missing. Sadly, boxes do go missing due to any number of reasons. Animals, floods, or sloppy rehiding are just a few of the causes. If you notice a box has been listed as attempted, don't assume that it's not there. Many a box has been searched for over and over and presumed to be missing, only to be discovered by a lucky boxer who notices something in the clues that others have failed to see. When a box has been declared missing or pulled by the owner, then you know it's gone. If you're placing a box, writing good clues will allow many people to enjoy your efforts. If you want to make your box difficult to find, then plan on a long hike or devise a challenging set of clues. But whether writing clues for a drive-by box or a long hike, be very clear when identifying landmarks. Instead of saying, "Go to the tall oak tree," be a bit more descriptive and say instead, "Go to the tall oak tree near the opening of the stone wall." Successful clues are neither long and repetitive nor too vague. Hit the highlights and have fun writing them. Remember, as the placer, you're taking people on a walk and showing them sights that are special to you. And, as the finder, you really would like to find that box. But if that doesn't happen, think back to the days before you started letterboxing. Wouldn't a walk in a beautiful or interesting spot have made your day? It still does. And if you get an image as a souvenir, what a nice bonus.
Okay, so it's June 24, and I'm interviewing Kreepy Kelli.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I have to ask, where did you get your name from?
Well, when I started letterboxing, me and my friends used to go on ghost hunting adventures. We would bring our video cameras to like haunted spots and investigate. So my friend found letterboxing online, and she thought it sounded like a really fun, like adventurous type activity, and told me about it. So.
And then, did you start going out together with your friend?
No. She's disabled, so we've done some drive-ups, some cemetery boxes and stuff, and Donnie and I started letterboxing together, my boyfriend.
How long ago was that?
2003.
Okay.
So a few years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I started letterboxing when the Time magazine article came out 2 years ago. So you've been going at it a little longer. So do you have any memorable letterboxes that stand out in your mind that?
Airmail by Chuck and Molly
was
was a really cool box. It was interesting.
What did you like about it?
It was different. The placement is like different. I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah, don't give anything away.
But the placement, I would say, was like was really neat.
And I bet it was a nice stamp too.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was a nice, cute stamp. I don't know. I like all the little hand carved ones, like little folk art pieces.
Right.
So, pretty much any of them that take me somewhere that's really beautiful, or where I get, I can get a few nice pictures, or anywhere I had a fun time,
Right.
So,
do you keep track of how many boxes you found?
No? I'm too lazy. I'd have to count, and that includes numbers, and they make my head hurt. So.
And why bother?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know that anybody counted until I'd already been doing it for a year, so I would have had to go through a couple of books, and I was just like, no way.
No, don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So we're at the Greek myth gathering. How many gatherings have you been to? Do you know?
Maybe a dozen or so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My first one was the first May Day gathering in Connecticut, and it was fun. I had a good time.
So was this a long drive for you to come to Wendell?
It was about 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping to get over to the Magic Wings the butterfly conservatory in Deerfield tomorrow morning.
Great.
I haven't been there yet, so.
Okay, let's see. What else should I ask you? What else would people want to know about Kreepy Kelli?
I have no idea. I didn't know anybody wanted to know anything about Kreepy Kelli, so. I don't know. What do you usually ask?
I just already asked what I usually ask.
Well, let's see. I've been doing it for 3 years. I like to carve. I hate to place.
So how do you work that out? Do you carve and then have somebody else place?
I send them out. I
Good.
have one in Dartmoor now.
Uh-huh.
I have 4 in Ireland. I've got one ready to send out to New Zealand. I sent one to Team Randlestick for Ijo's birthday that he's going to use as a traveler. So, yeah, I really don't like to place. So that's a little something about me.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, well, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay. The building is 1890 Sudbury Historical Commission. It's the B&M Railroad Section House, built in 1890. To the right, you will see the abandoned railroad tracks kind of coming up out of the grass and disappearing down off the woods. If you walk down the railroad tracks, you'll see a granite post on your left. Tim, you want to make some train sounds? Here you go. Okay, then you go a little farther, you see a wooden post. Have you found a good spot yet, Liam? How about in this tree here? Past the wooden post, you can hear the rushing of the river. There is a tree with many trunks. We're looking at it. I'm not sure that there's a good spot for it here. We don't want it too hard to get to.
Mommy, I know where we can hide it.
All right, let's go back along the train tracks. Oh, Liam sees a hollowed out stump, so we're going to keep going. Oh, it's right past the multi... Is that really a hollowed out stump? I think it's too visible. Let's go look on the other side of the house. We're going to go back along the train tracks. Past the wooden post on our right. To the granite post that says W, and we're going to go down a little hill, over some logs, and over toward the river. Oh, it's a Sudbury Valley Trustees property. I just found their sign.
What happened to it?
I don't know. We're going to have... Oh, it looks like it might have come down from up there. I'm going to put it up against here.
This is the Sudbury Valley Trustees.
There's an awful lot of vanilla here in bottles. I don't know if somebody was down here drinking vanilla, but there's an awful lot of vanilla extract here. That's kind of odd.
Hey, I saw all the train tracks right there and here.
Yeah.
And here. And here.
And there's a little bench overlooking the river. I'm not sure what river this is.
What? I saw a really tangled up tree with like a good area for putting the letterboxing.
You did?
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
I saw a really tangled tree. So you're putting the letterbox in.
Look, what about right there?
Yeah.
All right, to the left of the bench, there's a tree with a big bunch of roots. And we're going to put this letterbox, Slow Mouse and Big Kahuna, right under there.
At the beginning of this podcast, you heard Headphones by Fluid, which is available at magnatune.com. The instrumental music used in this podcast is Hiking the Shining Path by Warren Butler from his album Cultivation of Grace.